They see me revolving on their TV. I know they're all thinking I'm so round and curvy. I'm just too round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy. Can't you see I'm not so nerdy? Look at me, I'm not so nerdy. I wanna float above the thermosphere, but so far gravity has got me stuck here. Think I'm just too round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy. I'm just too NASA nerdy. I'm NASA nerdy.
First in my class, base can't believe. Land in my module, first try with these. Buzz Aldrin cereal, yes please. I'll take blue marble chief.
My curves never spin to the contrary. You find it's quite rotationary.
All my lightsabers are scary. Bill Nye's up in my library. My GoPro footage is totally pimped out. Got people begging for my round spaces. I've seen curves over long places. Ain't got no knocks, but I still solve cases.
I outrank all the planets in endless ways. Love NASA orbit, I could watch for days. Look at the sweet moves, you'll stay amazed. Traversing so fast at the place. No lay into the cosmos, I haven't run. At gravity, well I'm number one.
We're recording.
So my mic is not working. I'm on my phone right now, and I wanted to do so. I've got headphones, or I can talk straight in the phone.
What you're doing now sounds fine. It's like
okay.
We're like the Glowbuster show. Haven't figured it out in 6 years.
Nice.
I was on a show last night, and the guy did a little research. He goes, "So you do the biannual Flat Earth podcast?"
That's funny. That is funny.
All right. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready. Here we go.
All right. So you're recording.
I am recording.
Please double confirm.
It's double confirmed. We've been talking for 1 minute and 24 seconds.
Okay, perfect. All right. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Flat Earth Podcast. I'm your co-host, Matt Long, and with me, as always, is Dave from Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. And Dave, I must say that you texted me the other day and said, hey, we need to do a podcast. And I must admit that my first reaction was, wow, is it 2021 already?
That's funny because it's true. And I got a note. We weren't able to do it again this morning, which we'll talk about in a second. And then I got an email notification that some obscure political podcast, somebody wrote in the comments, as I anxiously await for the next Flat Earth podcast. We'll see what happens. And something that has nothing to do with Flat Earth. And people are like, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means. So it was a sign that we needed to get back here and at least try to talk about Flat Earth in this insane world that we live in.
Yeah, and, we've kind of talked, maybe we'll slim the show down a bit. And this is going to be kind of a test run. Maybe we'll slim it down to a 30-minute show and try to get more of them out. Obviously, no promises, but I feel pretty good about it. How about you?
That's the plan. And I just want to comment on your strategy for converting people to Flat Earth. It looks like you've given up and you've just decided to overpopulate the world with Flat Earthers.
Yeah, so there are multiple strategies as to how to convert a flat earther. We talked about a flattening, we talked about a flat smack, an unballing, right? There is also birthing, right? That's another one of the options. So yes, you can either convert people to flat earth or you can just make new flat earthers. And yeah, so
Fertile Myrtle's doing fine.
That's correct. Fertile Myrtle, aka my beautiful wife Jessica Long, is doing great. Now, we are pregnant again. This will be our second together, our sixth overall.
Are you going for 10 before 30? Because I don't know if you're going to make it.
Well, I'm not going to make it. That's for sure. And she's approaching 30, so maybe we could get 10 before she's 40.
Okay,
might be a good goal. I think a baseball roster, something along those lines would be solid work.
You got the property for it, so that's nice.
Yeah, we do. We've made some changes on the property. We just built a nice pen for our horse and llamas, and because they were in with the goats.
So how many llamas do you have now?
Somehow we have 3 llamas.
All right.
It's amazing.
I was afraid that the one llama you had, which I was going to name Papillon, it had some companionship, and now there's 3, so that's perfect.
Yes, yeah, and I don't know if you saw the circus trying to get them from the smaller pen to the larger pen, but it required some negotiating with our four-wheeler to pull those things. They do not like change. They're a lot like sheep.
Are you speaking about the general population, or are you talking about actual sheep?
I'm always speaking about the general population and actual sheep.
Nice.
Function on multiple levels here.
I understand that you are having, in lieu of a conference, a flat Earth gathering on your flat Earth homestead.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. It's called August Long Weekend, which if you're Canadian, you know what that is. If you're American, it's like
A long weekend.
Yeah, it's a long weekend. I guess they get they're not very good at naming things here in Canada, so they just call it the long weekend. So yeah, August Long Weekend, which is going to be actually Friday the 31st of July. People are going to show up. It's a giant camp out. People bring campers, tents, whatever. And Friday night's just going to be show up, meet everybody. Saturday we'll have some festivities, and then people will hang around for Sunday and go about their way. But it's just going to be a great camp out. We may have a few people do some talks on anti-vax, homeschooling, maybe some flat earth, 5G. We're going to have a bunch of people there that aren't flat earthers, but are in the truth community through some people that we've met through some of our protests and things like that up here. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
How many people are you expecting?
Well, Jess is projecting maybe 100 families.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Will it be a depopulation event in the farm animals for the feeding of these people?
We might have to do that. We're worried, with the different laws and stuff that maybe the police will show up, but if they do, we'll just call it a protest and everything should be good. And everyone will have a Black Lives Matter shirt just in case.
There you go, because it's not contagious. If you have that's the anti-contagion, right?
Right. So, times are changing, right? You and I are now social distancing as we do this show. You're in Connecticut, I'm in Canada.
Haven't we always social distance, though?
Well,
come on.
Yeah, sure. And, we've been flattening the curve since 2015. So, and, you and I are appropriately wearing masks during the show to protect each other from spreading any kind of contagion across the airwaves.
This is the only time I've ever worn a mask is when I record this with you in my Seoul studio.
Yeah, same here. And, we're keeping a track on the time so we're not breathing our own CO2 for too long. And, yeah.
Well, awesome. Any flat Earth happenings that have happened with you since our last show? I've been doing a lot of flat smacking shows with Rose 777 from the Crow 777 radio show, where we get people that think flat Earth is stupid. And the last one we did was with her cousin Mike. Did you see that one?
No, I did not.
How dare you? And he was pompous and a glober, and I think he was so horrible that he may even have woken up some diehard globers with his inability to see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think it might have even have an effect on someone like, say, M. Craig?
No.
Oh no, definitely not.
No chance.
Well, sometimes you and I do some shows where we invade other shows, and we did something similar on Jaron's show. If the listeners hadn't had a chance to go check that one out, David messaged me and said, "Hey, let's take over Jaronism Raw." Basically, Dave had me, when Jaron's intro music started to die down, Dave queued up our intro music and had me come on and do our typical Welcome to the Flat Earth podcast. And he was kind enough to mute Jaron so that Jaron didn't butt into anything. And we just decided to have Jaron as a guest on his own show.
Well, yeah, we did it. We banged out a couple topics, threw in a speak pipe or two, I forget. And
yep.
And we did it in probably 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, 3 to 5 minutes. I think it was really good.
Jaron had no idea what was going on. That was a lot of fun. Spontaneity is the key. So during this insanity, apocalypse that we're living, and it seems to be, for lack of a better word, getting worse. How is the Long family doing up there? Everyone thriving?
Yeah, everyone's thriving. We live out here pretty isolated anyways on our property, and it's everyone here is awake, so we're not really dealing with anybody. No one here wears masks, and you don't really feel it. Now we go into town, you have those oddballs. A while ago it was a lot worse up here, and then when I went to Texas, everything in Texas was freeing up, and everyone was kind of starting to stop wearing masks and things like that. Now Texas has kind of decided, oh wait, we're scared again, so they're doing it. And up here it seems a little less lenient. So it's a strange time.
Are you able to travel into the United States to go visit your daughter? Because we had her for so long during the spring, I'm actually not going to get her during the summer. I traded that. So there's no reason for me to go, but I could get back into the U.S. fairly easily just because I'm a U.S. citizen. Coming back into Canada this last time was a lot more difficult because I had to really prove that I was married to a Canadian citizen, whereas previously just saying that I was enough. This last time I came in, I actually had to go for second questioning, put in the big white room and tell my story to 4 or 5 different people of why I left Canada and now trying to come back. And why I wasn't wearing a mask. It was a big deal. So it was different. Yeah. I mean, look, we're everyone is kind of getting used to this, like the new normal, mind programming, mind control. Think about at the last Flat Earth conference, if anybody brought up the idea that you wouldn't be able to travel between the United States and Canada, you'd have to wear a mask everywhere you go, show me your papers. I mean, this world is gone insane. And
it has, and it's a totally genius plan, right? I mean, who of the majority is not scared of germs and getting other people sick? And this whole notion of not wearing a mask is now, you're not courteous if you don't wear a mask. You don't care about your fellow human being if you don't wear a mask. Jess posted a video on her Instagram the other day of a child wearing a mask, and then you had a guy testing it for CO2 levels. Yep. And within about 15 seconds, it went to the toxic level, and within about 20 seconds, the thing wouldn't even register anymore. And I know, at least for my daughter, who they're presenting an option. You can either go to school or do remote schooling for the fall. And if you're going to school, they're going to make you wear a mask. And if you don't wear a mask, they're going to make you feel weird for not.
Yeah, and that's so difficult on kids. The other thing is, adults have the same issue with the CO2. No one's talking about that. They're just playing the kids card, which, that gets to people. But anyone that wears a mask is lowering their oxygen, lowering their immunity, giving the government just what they want. And now they've tied this to Agenda 21, which is depopulate all of the rural areas, because now China, have you heard, has the bubonic plague has there was a case in China, and then the rabbit, what was the rabbit one? The rabbit, what's the one that begins with an R?
Deep inside the rabbit hole?
No, not deep inside the rabbit hole. Whatever. One of the other crazy, scary fake diseases, and now rabbits have it, and it's because we've ruined their habitat. So that's all Agenda 21, to get us into tight, compact cities, depopulate, and control what's left of humanity. Sounds crazy? Actually, it's very believable at this point.
Well, I think when the Illuminati, deep state, globalist take over, the hardest part of their job is going to be taking over the rural areas, so that if they can scare people back into cities and make their job easier when it happens, I don't doubt that that's part of the agenda.
Hey, on my channel, as the day of this recording, I had just uploaded it's called The Truth in 5 Minutes. It's a speech by a guy named Jeremy Elliott, who runs the Iconic podcast, and it is absolutely brilliant. It's I don't want to say it's the first not flat Earth video because there may be a flat Earth message in it. But it's everyone that's listening to this, please check out my channel, DITRH, the initials for Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, and check out Truth in 5 Minutes and spread it if you like the message, because if you don't like the message, you should just unsubscribe and go away. I don't know how it's possible not to like this message. It's really it's a message that I don't think anybody can hear and not wake up. The problem is many of the sleeping people can't hear it.
Well, the good news is now with people wearing masks and such, if there's something they don't like, there's something that they're hearing they don't like, they can take the mask and they can put it over their ears, right? Or if they want to go to sleep, they can put it over their eyes. Like, it's just an easy transition.
Yeah, that's crazy. You've seen the guy that wore the mask that literally had holes the size of marbles in it?
Yes.
And no one said anything to him. I'm thinking that a great way to open up the conversation, although I've been walking into all stores and stuff, and I only got stopped twice and all the times I've been out. And it's not a problem, but you wear a mask like that, and if someone says, hey, that mask isn't good, those holes are too big, that opens up the door for you to say, oh, what size holes should I have in my mask to protect you from some alleged virus that is like 5 microns? By the way, the holes in a t-shirt are like 1,000 microns, or in an N5 mask. And no one's even wearing N5 masks. They're all wearing t-shirts and bandanas and just thongs or whatever they're putting on their faces.
Yeah,
right. And that opens up a window to have that conversation. But the whole mask thing is insanity, and here's what I tell people. If you think you should be wearing a mask, wear a mask. Feel free, and you should be protected. If you think I should be wearing a mask, wear 2 masks. Then you're covered from anyone that doesn't have a mask, because then you have the 2 layers.
That is a great point. Anyone that's that scared should be wearing 2 masks. It's like evolution. I used to say anyone that thinks they evolved from a monkey probably did. I think some of that same logic can be applied to this whole mask thing. But, Dave, we're about halfway through. Why don't we take a break, hear from our sponsors, and then we'll come back and do some speak pipes.
Awesome. Thanks.
Following announcement has been paid for by
The Flat Earth Podcast.
You want to leave a digital voicemail for us? Head over to theflatearthpodcast.com and click on the blue link that reads, got a question? Send us a message.
You can do it from your iPhone or from your computer. First time you do it on your cellular phone, you'll have to download a little app. But after that, you can leave us all kinds of messages. If you want to be anonymous, you can make up a name, make up an email address. We don't care. We just want to hear what you have to say.
We'll do our best to play or answer these questions and comments on future episodes right here on the Flat Earth Podcast. Download the SpeakPipe app and check us out at theflatearthpodcast.com.
The Flat Earth Podcast.
If you're watching this audio on YouTube right now and you're not familiar with the world of podcasting, there's a far better way to listen to the Flat Earth Podcast each and every week.
Think of it like your TiVo or your DVR is to your television. You subscribe to whatever show that you like. Whenever a new episode comes out, it records it, downloads it, and notifies you that there's a new episode for easy listening anywhere. Another great feature on most podcast players is you could speed up if you want to hear stuff even faster, or more importantly, it has a jump back and jump forward 30 seconds so you could skip annoying announcements like this.
We're on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and so many more. If we're not on your favorite podcast app, send us a message and let us know to make sure we will be.
The Flat Earth Podcast.
Hey there, Paul on the Plane here. I hope you are enjoying this episode of the Flat Earth Podcast with David and Matt as much as I am. I'd like to also take this opportunity to personally invite you to check out my weekly podcast, Dome Life with Paul on the Plane, where my guests and I discuss the latest topics and happenings in the ever-expanding, ever-growing Flat Earth community as citizens of plain Earth awaken to the globe deception. New episodes of my podcast are released weekly and are available exclusively on my website, paulintheplane.com, and also on the SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify podcast platforms. So be sure to add Dome Life with Paul on the Plane to your weekly Flat Earth content listening routine, and drop me a line if you'd like to be a part of a future episode. I'd love to hear your Flat Earth story. Thanks for listening, much love, across the plane, and stay flat. Dome Life with Paul on the Plane. Check it out on my website, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Hello, listeners. Donald J. Trump here with tremendous news for everybody. This is so good. You know, I love listening to you guys. We got the Air Force. We got the Space Force. And now I'm announcing, I was just joking, and then we said, what a great idea. We're going to have the Flat Earth Force. Flat Earth Force. This is so important. Tremendous stuff for all mankind. And Dave, I want you're going to be heading up the Department of Domeland Security, going to do such a good job. Matt, too, you're going to be there as well. Melania keeps asking, where's Jay? She loves his voice, you know. I say, honey, it's okay. Jay's gone to China. He's in China right now, but he'll be back soon, I'm sure. The Flat Earth Podcast, making America flat again. China is flat too, right? It's flat. I love you guys. Keep it up. Great job.
And, you know, listen, I have callers on hold every day who say we shouldn't vaccinate. And unlike most dumb conspiracies like Flat Earth, this one actually could kill us because these fucking people refuse to believe scientists. You know, I don't care if you want to believe in the Flat Earth. You want to walk around like a moron, that's fine. You're not hurting me.
How you doing, my friend? That's right, it's the conspiracy asshole himself, Alex Stein, coming from the Conspiracy Castle. And I got a couple questions for you, bud. Are you sick and tired of being a victim of the social engineering? Are you tired of the constant trauma-based mind control that the media is using to make you feel an emotional state that is negative and constantly feeling in a system of fight or flight? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, well, guess what? I got the antidote for your bitch ass. The mother freaking truth. And guess where you're gonna get that truth? From the conspiracy asshole himself, Alex Stein, because I've been chosen as the new host of Midnight in the Desert exclusively on the Dark Matter digital network, darkmatter.radio. You can catch me from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Monday through Thursday Pacific time, and we're about to throw it down. If you're ready to hear the truth and get rid of the bullcrap and change the matrix that you are currently living in, I ask you, I beg you, my friend, please come and follow me down the rabbit hole.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Alex here from the Conspiracy Music Guru YouTube channel, aka Flat Earth Man. I've taken a new direction musically. I sent Bob from Globebusters one of my tracks, and this is what he had to say about it.
As soon as it started playing, I just got this incredibly warm feeling. It absolutely just touched me in a way that I can't even describe. It almost brought a little bit of a tear to my eye, and when I played it for Cammie, it did. It made her just out and out cry. I mean, she was so touched and moved by it. This shows I knew he was a fabulous artist, but wow. I can hardly wait to hear the rest of the album. If it is half as good as the track Heart that he sent me today, it's going to be amazing. Really, really beautiful work.
Well, Bob clearly loved it, and you can hear why this album is resonating with so many at conspiracymusicguru.com. You can preview all the tracks there, and they're all recorded in 432 Hz, and also using solfeggio healing frequencies. I hope you love it as much as Bob did.
I'm glad it was actually easy to get a hold of you. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen, so big shout out to our friend David Weiss for making the connection, because without him, this probably would not have happened. So thanks, David, as always. By the way, your hot sauce is amazing.
Screw David, man. I can't stand that guy.
And Alex, thank you so much.
I can't say anything bad. He gave me hot sauce recently, so I gotta no.
The Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app is the best tool for discovering Flat Earth and introducing it to friends and family. It visually shows how the sky is a perfect clock and brings you the latest Google-censored Flat Earth content. The FAQ page will answer all your questions on how and why Flat Earth is hidden. Take the Flat Earth Clock Challenge. Watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks and see what happens. Just search Flat Earth Clock in Google Play or the Apple App Store. It will be the best $2.99 you've ever invested.
The Flat Earth Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Flat Earth Podcast. Dave, we heard about... Okay, hold on. I got to go get the baby. Hold on. Stop recording. All right, welcome back to the podcast. All right, Dave, we heard a commercial there about the app. Why don't you tell us what's new with that, what's happening?
Yeah, I've made a few adjustments. I've added Arabic for our Arabic listeners. I have
Finally.
Finally. I know you've been waiting. And it's so difficult. I have people that are running these playlists in different languages, and it's like, I'm looking at them like, is this a good video? What are they saying? I have no idea. So I had a good talk with this guy, and so he is running that. So there's good Arabic stuff on there. So spread that to all of your Arabic friends that come to your meetup and everything else. Also, we were talking, the topic of the day is the coronavirus, and I have a Corona button on the app where there's a playlist with new stuff on it all the time. The video I talked about with The Truth in 5 Minutes is on that app, on there. So if you want to just find it, go to the web page, the web link on the app, click that, and it'll bring you to an ever-changing playlist of new information, which will save you a ton of time.
Well, that is the best part of the app, all the content that comes along with it.
Yeah, there's a lot, and we've added a few new things, so check that out. Daily videos are going great. A lot of people are saying, hey, I don't get the notifications. Not in the app, but in your phone settings, go to notifications. Then you'll see all of your apps are listed there. Go to FE Clock, because it's under FE Clock, and turn on your say, accept all notifications. That way you'll see my witty morning messages that tell you what the video is about. And I also added a mud flood Tataria link, because the information coming out with that, and Jamie Lee from A Plain Truth did a video the other day pointing out that the Tatarians were flat earthers, and their map is a flat earth map, and it's very interesting.
Well, welcome Tartarians.
And who are the Tartarians? What? It's unbelievable. Matter of fact, today I have at 3:00 on Flat Earth News Channel. There's a premiere where I was interviewed, where I was mud smacked. I was mud smacked. I asked to be on the show because I'm not the guy to ask about mud floods and flat Earth, mud floods and Tartaria. But these guys do incredible work, and it all ties back to flat Earth, just like everything else does. That's why I harp on this so much. So check out all that stuff. And the best thing is gift your app to your friends and family. It's the best $2.99 you can spend. If you turn a family member or a close friend, personal friend, into a flat earther, what's better than that, Matt?
Nothing better. The question is, when are you going to add Tartarian to the language settings?
Don't they speak English?
Do they? I don't know.
Everyone speaks English. Come on.
I've just been mud smacked.
So check that stuff out and bring food and water, because once you dive in, there's no bottom to the rabbit hole. Hey, we're going to go to our speak pipes. We have 15. Let's see if we can blow through them. The end will be when Matt says, I got to go get the baby.
That's right. Yep. We got a 15-minute segment here, so we'll fit in as many as we can.
All right, here we go. This is from Lily.
Hi, guys. I'm a supporter of the Flat Earth podcast, and I downloaded your app a few months ago. But I was hoping maybe you can do a YouTube tutorial or a walkthrough maybe on the next podcast, a quick one for those of us that downloaded the app. And I'm kind of new to the whole scientific approach about it. But if you could clarify for the newbies like me, if you could clarify the app for us and how we're supposed to use it, as opposed to what we've been using all along. That would probably help me understand this. I mean, if I believe it, I just don't understand it, and that would help me tremendously. Thank you in advance.
As a matter of fact, on the web page, there's just look for the icon that says Flat Earth Clock App Instructions. And it's a 20-minute tutorial that Jaron and I did going through all the features on the app to show you what you've been missing. There's a lot to explore. Next one is from Ryan.
Hi, hopefully I'm talking to Dave. Major fan, by the way. I'm just wondering, why not try to prove this and put an end to this, either by, going above the equator and circumnavigating at a certain longitude, and then go below the equator and circumnavigate certain longitude, and then, doing a measurement, and we should see, obviously, the difference if the flat Earth map is correct. Don't you think?
So the problem is, when you go into the southern latitudes, there's a lot less land. So you're either going by air or water, and it's difficult to measure actual mileage other than use GPS. But GPS isn't going to, the farther out south you get, the more of a lie there is. And it's very difficult to actually measure that. But the one thing is the Captain Cook log from when he went around Antarctica, it should have been, I think, 13,000 miles, but it was more like 60,000 miles, which proves the exact point he's trying to make. But it's very difficult to measure in the southern latitudes.
Yeah, and I'd also add that no matter what we do to come up with evidence, the other side is always going to tell you why that actually proves the ball as well.
The Globers will do the same, say the same from the other side. So what, you see too far? Refraction, whatever. They'll just make it up. All right, next one is from John.
Hey guys, love the podcast. This is John McCoy. I'm originally from Ireland and love Dave, all your stuff. Love the Woketown stuff. Already knew the Earth was flat by the time I heard you guys, but you've given me such an amazing understanding of it now. I kind of had an epiphany today about a good thing to ask the Globers, and I can't even explain anything to my wife because she gets too upset. But a good thing to say to Globers is, or would be, I haven't said it to anyone yet, would be if Earth is 70% water and they're happy with that spinning at 1,000 miles per hour and not noticing it, would be to ask them to imagine removing the 30% of land, and now ask them how they see 100% of a ball Earth just being spinning water, and ask them how they think that water would work. But I don't know, maybe you guys find it interesting, maybe not, I don't know, but love your guys' work. Thanks.
Yeah, it took a while to get that one out, but yeah, I mean, if you think about when they do the little water ball when they're on the ISS, squeeze it out of the straw and let that thing spin. I mean, even there, it's not this nice, perfect little ball of water, right? It's pretty volatile.
Yeah, the whole spinning and level water thing is insane. The bigger problem he has is his wife. She can't hear it. I think you need to focus on ways to talk to her about what you see, because Matt, could you live with a baller wife?
I couldn't. The only way I could think to make things better is to just stress to her how important it is to you. Even if she doesn't think it's important, she has to know it's important to you. And, joke's on her. She married you. So.
Yeah, if she loves you, get her to take the time and get her the app and just say, all I ask is that you watched one video a day. Let's do that for a month and have a discussion, and it'll give you something to talk about. You can talk about it, and anyone that takes the time to look at relevant, real information, there's no way they won't be able to see eventually. So that's what I would do.
I think it's a great idea. Spend $3, save your marriage.
Yeah, spend $3, save your marriage. Subscribe for 99 cents too. By the way, everyone, when you get the app, if you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to. You can just immediately X out that pop-up. It's not a problem. Only subscribe if you love the app and want to support me and want to hear me do more stuff, because I'm doing this full time now. All right, next one is from Bernard.
Hey, this is a question for Dave. To me, probably the best place to start with telling somebody with flat earth, to me, it probably is not flat earth, but 9/11, because they can see the videos, they can hear the bombs, they can see the buildings fall. And from there, introducing them to flat earth after seeing 9/11 and coming to the conclusion that it was not what we have been told is a good place for me. So with that in mind, I've seen the architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. I think it's called their video. I forgot the name of it. But anyway, I want to ask Dave, what's the best 9/11 video that he has seen and he could recommend that I share with somebody? I think the one that I just thought about, explosive evidence by architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. But I want to know any suggestions from Dave that I could share with people. Thanks a lot.
Wait, what? 9/11 wasn't what they told us?
Yeah, Dave, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
That's a great video, and you can't find them on YouTube anymore. But if you go to stoplookthink.com, top menu, not in the bars, you'll see 9/11 all content. Click that. And there's a plethora of videos there, but the top videos on that page are the best videos. And another great one, if you want to show somebody how the planes were faked, it's called The Key. So look through that page and find the video called The Key, and that is the key to 9/11. Next one is from Psycho Pony Bear or something like that. I can't say it.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Matt. I have a question about the flat Earth model. I guess the first one would be, is there a model that, like an official model that we use to predict the sunrise and the sunset? Because I've been having conversations with my dad, who he believes in the globe, but it's not because NASA says so. It's because, using his own critical thinking, he has come to the conclusion that it's impossible for NASA to lie about the shape of the Earth, because they would not be able to, it's statistically impossible to create another model that could accurately predict the sunrise and the sunset forever, basically. So how is it, if we do use a model, a flat Earth model, to predict the sunrise and the sunset, how is it that we are also able to predict using the globe Earth model? So I hope you can unravel that for me, because it is.
Oh, it got cut off.
You know, people were predicting celestial phenomena for thousands of years before they were told they were on a spinning ball. Now, I will say that the spinning ball model is a fairly genius one. They are the ones that are able to somehow predict with a fake model. You know, the fact that he thinks we can't predict with a flat model is, I think, just inaccurate. It's a perception he has.
The ball is just converted into from the flat Earth. Who created the ball model, in your opinion, Matt?
I would say the devil.
Begins with an S. The other thing is, here's something, and it's a little difficult to explain, but I'll keep it short, is, you know, we have the tilted Earth, and it's going around, the ball Earth going around the sun, and so 6 months it's 180 degrees opposed to where it was 6 months before, and so the sun appears to get lower in the sky until December 31st, and then get higher in the sky, and the days get longer, you know, after December 31st in the north. this because of this even movement, if the day got 2 minutes longer, it would have to get a minute longer in the evening and a minute longer in the morning. It would have to go up evenly. But what happens on December 31st is the days actually start marching forward, where the sun sets at the same time and then rises a little bit earlier for like almost a couple of weeks. And then that varies. It doesn't go perfectly smooth. So what that means, if you can unravel this, is that something is changing speeds. It's either the rotation of the Earth, the orbit of the Earth, or the speed of the sun. And if it was one of the first two, we'd all be dead.
That's correct. Per Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Well, per anybody that thinks about, what would happen if the Earth sped up or slowed down, or let alone spun. Next one is from Joseph.
Yes, hello. I would like to know if either Mike Adams or Bart Sibrel have anywhere openly accepted flat Earth. I'm just waiting for them to come around. And I'm having a hard time trying to find that information for myself. Figured y'all would know. Thank you so very much. Keep up the great work. I'm looking forward to your reply. God bless.
All right. Well, since I don't know who those guys are, Dave, I'll let you answer that one.
Bart Sibrel is the guy that did A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon and was a big player in exposing the moon hoax. But I interviewed him with Patricia Steer a long time ago, and we had a long conversation with him off air. He doesn't want to see flat Earth. And I wonder, is he just having a mental block, or is he purposely out there? Because A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon makes you believe that they were in space, that they never went to the moon, but they were in space, and that the Earth is a ball. So is he the S word, or is he the S word, the other S word? I don't know the answer to that. Mike Adams, I have a video on my DITRH channel about him, is definitely the S word and the S word and the other SH word.
Okay. Well,
so,
I can see, I definitely understand why people who have a high profile aren't going to be openly flat earthers, regardless of which S column they fall into. But, Dave, on this shorter format, it's unfortunate, but we're going to have to cut it off because that's the baby. And, I am enjoying this format. I think it'll be good. I think we'll get more shows out there, and people are going to have to find something else to complain about. There's going to be so many shows.
Oh, boy. All right. So that's it. We'll get to the Speak Pipes on the next show, which will be anywhere between, I would say, 2 days and 2 months. What do you think?
Perfect. That's perfect. You guys can find me at Woketown on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Dave, where can they find you in the app?
The DITRH YouTube channel for short. Great videos. I've been changing the videos a little bit, putting some kind of like flat smack new videos where I'm not mentioning flat Earth, and they're good ones to share. I have a great fireplace screensaver for your TV, which will subtly throw flat Earth messages out there. Play it when the family's over. And the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. If you don't own it, you're missing out.
All right. Well, thanks. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thanks.
They see me revolving on their TV. I know they're all thinking I'm so round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy. Can't you see I'm nice and nerdy? Look at me, I'm nice and nerdy. I wanna float above the thermosphere, but so far gravity has got me stuck here. Think I'm just too round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy. I'm just too NASA nerdy. Look at me, I'm NASA nerdy.
First to my class base, can't believe. Landed my module, first try with these. Buzz Aldrin cereal, yes please.
Flat Earth.
I'll take blue marble chief.
My curves never spin to the contrary. You find it quite rotationary.
All my lightsabers are scary. Bill Nye's up in my library. My GoPro footage is totally pimped out. Got people begging for my round spaces. I've seen curves over long places. Ain't got no knocks, but I still solve cases.
I outrank all the planets in endless ways. Love NASA orbit, I could watch for days. Look at the sweet moves, you'll stay amazed. Traversing so fast at the place. No edge to the cosmos, I haven't run. At gravity, well I'm number one. I do eclipses just for fun. I got a lot of curves and a multi-gun.
Close Encounters is my favorite ringtone. I can sure kick your butt at SpaceCon. Interrogate any alien you bring on. Fluent in star charts and evolution. This is the part I read from.
Revolving in the movies. I know in my heart they think I'm round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy.
Can't you see I'm nice and nerdy? Look at me, I'm nice and nerdy.
Wanna be motionless like the flat earth. All this spinning showing off my curve. Think I'm just too round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy.
I'm just too NASA nerdy.
How'd I get so NASA nerdy?
I've been browsing, inspecting Globebusters, you know I tune in. Foil opinions and deconstruct them. Freeze-dried ice cream, no, it never leaves me bored. Shopping online for deals on rare NASA media. Regurgitate Wikipedia. I memorize the books really hard. I can recite it right now and conjure up dark matter. Hello? Pseudoscience ain't a prank, y'all. My friends need advice, who do they call? I do a star blessing for them all. Even made a Facebook for my dog. Yo, I got myself a jetpack. Got it off Craigslist, that's a fact. Spend my nights with a phaser. Like that. Zap zap, hope no one sees me. Getting tricky.
I'm curvy in the extreme. Spin 1,000 plus at the scene.
He was in the Big Bang primordial suit and the space beam. And the question I thought was a big deal was, do I like Bill or do I like Neil? These men of science, they are like gods, spewing theories like alien pods.
They see me revolving. They laughing and rolling their eyes cause I'm so round and curvy.
Just because I'm NASA nerdy. Just because I'm NASA nerdy.
Or because I'm blue and curvy. Holy cow, I'm blue and curvy.
I wanna float with the planets, but oh well, I can't get past the firmament.
Think I'm just too round and curvy. Think I'm just too round and curvy.
I'm just too NASA nerdy. Look at me, I'm NASA nerdy. Yeah. Mic drop. That's gravity.